kind of solemn in here. We won the damn thing, didn't we? Thanks. It was far from perfect. There are a lot of things that we can do better coming out of that game. There's no doubt about it. But we are never going to apologize for a win. They're too hard to come by against any opponent. So there's a lot of tape for us to learn from. I was upset with the long kickoff return. We can't let the ball get out on us like that. They were number one in the country last year at their level on kickoff return. They're really good, but we didn't on that particular one that got out. We didn't do a great job kicking the ball directionally, and then obviously we got split up the shoot. But and giving up the touchdown pass right before the half was not great. But I give our team a lot of credit. We challenged them. You think back to last week where we came out and did not do a very good job in the second half. Clearly, we performed better with going down and scoring, and then the defense. Our ball security was pretty good, except for the one fumble on the speed option, and that was a check the quarterback made that I'm sure he and I would both like to have back. But when you have a guy like that who can make plays and you give him the freedom, every once in a while, that's going to happen, but that's okay. Defensively, we gave up too many chunk plays. We lost contain on a draw early in the game. They completed some deep balls, but I tell you what, our guys did not allow it to put them in the tank. They kept competing, and there were some positives out there there were some positives out there tonight. And clearly, we can improve, and our team knows that. But like we said before, wins are hard to come by, so we're not going to apologize for this one.
What does it mean to you to get your first win here?
You don't think about it. I wasn't thinking about it during the game, and certainly wasn't thinking about it beforehand. But with about 2 minutes to go, and we started to run the clock out, it hit me. I mean, there's only so many firsts in your life, and when you get your first win as a head coach, it's pretty special. And to have my mom and dad here for it, and my wife, down on the field afterwards, was pretty cool. And I told the team how much I appreciated them, and you try as best you can to keep everything in perspective and stay in the moment, but first win's a first win. It's pretty cool. So it'll be one that we remember. And, I wish we would. Certainly I wish we could have gotten it in the Rose Bowl. But to get it tonight, on the night that we honor Coach Alt with, it's worth mentioning, a fantastic crowd. I mean, that looked like there was about 28,000 in the stands. I don't know what the number was, but, for a fantastic crowd for an opener. I mean, the whole atmosphere was pretty cool, and I appreciate it.
Did you get a chance to talk to your dad yet?
I have not seen him yet. I have not.
What do you think he's going to tell you?
He's going to yell at me about mismanaging the end of the first half, which I did, and he's right, and it's fine. I'm sure he's proud and happy, and I'm thrilled that they're here to share it. And after we hug and do all that stuff, I'm sure we'll sit down tonight and we'll mesh it out, and he'll help me get better.
But your defense was suffocating in the second half. What did you change?
We didn't change anything. We just do. It goes back to what we were talking about coming out of UCLA. We're going to change stuff. We're going to just do what we do and do it better. And really, we needed to make significant improvement. And we're going to need to make significant improvement moving on from today. But we were not going to let one bad performance all of a sudden let us doubt our system or what we believe in. We just need to do what we do and do it better. And we got some young guys out there playing. I mean, Elijah Mitchell played a lot tonight, played good. I mean, it's a process. We're still trying to get the right guys out there in the right spots and just keep getting better.
What did you think of Kendall Brock's performance?
It was gutsy. I mean, I'm proud of him. There's always things that you can do better, but let's keep in mind this guy hasn't played tailback very much since high school. You can say, well, he's practiced a ton, but he's only been in 2 games as a tailback since high school. I thought, and he got dinged up a little bit and fought through it. And, it's unfortunate Don Jackson turned an ankle in a freak play on Thursday's practice, which should never happen because it's not a very physical practice. It was just bad luck. And he tried to go but couldn't go, and we went and told Kendall, right before kickoff, hey, you're going to have to grind it out now. And I think he did an excellent job of that. And I was pleased to see Nate McLaurin and Nate Lytle and Solomon get carries. And Solomon showed a little bit of juice there at the end. So I was pleased that we were able to run it as well as we were.
Do you think Don is good to go for next week? Or
He's day by day, just like the rest of us. It's too early to tell.
If last week wasn't as bad as it looked, was this week not as good as it looked?
Yes.
Is it pretty similar?
Yes, it is very similar. We shouldn't be fooled by the score. I mean, I'm not doing cartwheels. There are things that we need to do significantly better. But again, I'm not apologizing for a win. We're going to learn from it, and really the reality of it is, you have a much better opportunity to teach from a win because everybody's in a good mood because they won. They're going to be more open to criticism. They're not going to be as sensitive. We have to take this opportunity and learn from it because clearly we're going to have to go play a real team, a real team next week down on the road. So, I told them to be safe tonight and enjoy the win. And when we come back tomorrow, we're going to focus on learning from this experience and getting ready for the Seminoles.
You had to move a few bodies around, and one of them was Bryan Lane, moving him back to safety, and he makes an impact play right out of the gate. Can you
Yes.
talk a little bit about that?
We had some discipline issues we had to deal with. Again, I'm not going to get into why, only that there's a standard of behavior that we expect, and when guys don't meet it, they have to pay a price. And we lost Garrett, we lost Kyle Roberts tonight because of that, and we asked Bryan Lane to make a move, and I thought he was fantastic. And it was good to see us make a play at the safety position, and he did it towards the end of the week in practice. He looked far more comfortable, and so I'm proud of him. It's unfortunate that Connor Talbot got dinged up because we asked him to play right tackle this week in Roberts' absence, and I thought the kid competed his tail off all week in practice and really did off of just watching it on the sideline. Did a nice job tonight in the game. We'll see the extent of the injury and just move forward from there.
I was going to ask, you don't know at this point?
No, I haven't had a chance to visit with the doctors yet.
And Jeffers, is he still?
Jeffers is going to be a couple more weeks, but we cleared an MRI, and it was a hurdle in terms of, was it going to be a season ender or was it something that we could continue to monitor? And at this point, it's not a season ender, but he's not ready to go quite yet.
What was the first thing that went through your mind when you see Fajardo kind of crawling on the ground out there?
I was very upset with myself for the way I managed the end of the half. I was very upset with myself, and I was very relieved to find out that it's nothing major. I used it as a coaching point with the running back who was in pass protection at the time because you cannot cut defenders in the middle of the formation because that's what happens. They jump over you and they end up hitting the quarterback on the leg. But I put everybody in a bad position. I had my reasons. Getting into why doesn't matter, but we should have been handing off the ball, and I take full responsibility for that. Not Rolo, that's me.
Did you get a chance to talk to Alt at all tonight?
Unfortunately, I did not. I was looking for him when we came off the field for pregame and couldn't find him. I'm hopeful that before the night's out that I'll get a chance to at least shake his hand and congratulate him. Like I said, when I came off the field for pregame, I was looking for him and I couldn't find him. There were two short guys trying to find each other in a field full of about 100 people.
And then this is Garrett's third misstep, whatever you want to call it. Is he on thin ice, or is this?
No, it's not. It's not fair for me to pass judgment on mistakes that were made before I arrived. Charles, up until this point, had been a model citizen for us. In fact, had been excelling. And like I said, at least in my eyes, in the eyes of the coaching staff, this is a first mistake that he's made. It's not fair for me to make guys pay for sins that occurred before I arrived. So he's paid the price, and Rakeem Yates didn't play in the first quarter tonight. He was suspended for the first quarter for an incident at practice. I mean, there's a standard of performance and behavior that we expect, and if we don't get it, it's going to cost guys playing time, and we're just not going to back off of that.
Coach, Hassan Henderson made a pretty acrobatic catch to the 5-yard line during the game. Do you plan on expanding his role in
his role will expand as much as he can handle. He's not been at, he's only been at wideout now in his life for about 6 months. So we're trying to, but clearly he's a guy that can go up and make plays. I mean, his ball skills are fantastic. He jumps up. I mean, he looks like a rebounder. He just has a sense of the timing and to go up and get it. And frankly, I thought he was interfered with on the throw before. I think they said it was an uncatchable ball, which is the reason we didn't get the flag. But he's a weapon down in the red zone, and we need to continue to try and use him and expand his role.
Can you touch a little bit on Richie Turner's play tonight?
I thought Richie played great. We need guys that can take the top off the defense, and Richie has proven that he could do that. I was very pleased with Cody's throwing the deep ball. That was something that we felt like had to improve this year, and he threw it tonight with accuracy. The deep post for the touchdown is a great throw. It's not a good throw; it's a great throw. And I thought, Richie played fast, and he had been dealing with a nagging hamstring early in camp, so it's really good for us to see him out there playing fast. Coach Hoffer would like to tell him to put the ball away after he catches it, but like I said, we're gonna use all these opportunities to teach.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, please. Ian, a couple of pretty big impact plays. I think one of them ended up not going in your favor, but you caused a fumble, big tackles for loss. Can you just talk about your play here tonight?
Pretty much during practice we discussed what we think they're going to do, what plays we think we're going to run during those situations. And we talked about capitalizing on plays. We have to make plays in order to win and, change the possession. So pretty much everyone did their job. I just happened to be in the right place and made a play.
How important was it for you guys to have this kind of performance, especially after last week?
I think it was pretty big. Get our confidence back up a little bit, get us up and running again, get our momentum back up, our self-esteem back up. So it was pretty nice just to go out there and win.
What's it like getting that first win under your belt, too?
Feels good, especially getting it back at home. Have the fans out there backing us up. So, hopefully we can capitalize on this, go to Florida State and improve. Halftime, we pretty much just talked about cleaning up the small things. Go out there and, get in certain gaps when you're supposed to, do your job. And that's, try to hype everybody up, make sure we don't get complacent with the score out there. Get it running.
All right, well done. Thanks, Ian.
Sweet.
How's it feel to get that win?
Amazing. After a tough loss last week, we just came back, practiced hard as we could, and trust me, that was no Mickey Mouse football team. That was a war out there. And I have the utmost respect for those players, but getting this win is huge. And it couldn't come on a better night. First win for Coach Polian, and especially on Coach Alt night. I mean, that was special too.
What did it feel like just to carry the ball that much and be such a big part of the game?
It was something new. I mean, well, not really new because I'd done it before, but not at this level or at this intensity of a game. But getting the ball and helping contribute to this win was big, and felt good to be back home at running back.
Polian said he talked to you before the game, saying you needed to kind of grind it out this game with Don Jackson. Talk about
Absolutely.
that, man.
I mean, it was a kind of a last-second deal. Like, I had no idea Don wasn't playing, and Coach Polian came up to me and told me what I needed to do. And grinding it out is really not my style of running, but, I mean, I had to be pretty gutsy tonight and get out of my comfort zone and run the rock a little bit harder.
Is that a good feeling just to know
Oh.
that they're trusting you?
Absolutely. I mean, Don's a great player, and he goes down, and it's an honor to step in and get those carries and help this team win.
What do you think of that crowd out there, 27,000?
Hey, that's the most packed I've ever seen Mackey in my 3 years here, and it feels good because we're on the road and the stadium gets loud. That usually means bad news for us, but when something good happens here and it gets loud, believe me, that we get some juice running through us and helps us a lot.
So did you feel pretty comfortable out there, like you were back at Columbus, just kind of running the ball?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a little bit different. I mean, these are some bigger boys that have a little bit more foot speed, but yeah, I mean, that just takes me back to my glory days, I guess you could say, and carrying the rock a bunch of times.
What's it like to sing the school song to the student section at the end?
Oh, it's a good time. I mean, I don't want to throw us under the bus, but we were looking at the scoreboard the whole time because none of us really know the words, but we're getting there, trust me. All right, thank you guys. Thanks so much.
Mac Ellis.
I want to invite him almost every time. He's a great coach.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Actually, I met him on Thursday night. So that's kind of cool. It was pretty
Were you out there Tuesday? The presser?
No, I actually haven't even on his class.
It was great Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Questions for Mr. Lane?
How's it feel with the win?
Feels great. We had to get our confidence back after losing to Cal. I feel like we came out with energy and everybody played good. It's going to be good momentum going into Florida State, which is going to be a tough game, but we'll get them. We'll get them.
Bryan, can you just talk a little bit about the kind of the yo-yo you've been on, linebacker, safety, back and forth, and has it been difficult or not?
It hasn't been difficult. It's more so the same, kind of the same position, just I'm deep sometimes. But, I just go into the mentality with whatever helps the team. And I go in with a positive attitude and just go 100 miles an hour every play, whether I'm at Sam or I'm at safety.
Can you talk a bit about that play, the impact play, pretty early out of the gate?
Oh, yeah, it was a great play. I went for the hit. Everybody was telling me I should have got a pick six, but I was going for the hit and then I had to adjust to get the interception. But I felt that created a lot of energy and gave everybody the momentum they needed to come out and win. The offense, the next play or the next drive actually scored, so that was good. That's what we need out of that.
Bryan, what are your thoughts on kind of the new traditions that Coach Polian's bringing to the team, the Wolfpack block, and also singing the school song at the end of the game?
It's great. It gets everybody acclimated to feeling the student body and the fans, and it kind of shows the fans the appreciation that they deserve, because in the past we didn't really incorporate ourselves with the fans as much, but it gets that vibe of college football and Saturdays being fun and exciting for everybody to be involved. And we need the fans, we need the student body, and we need ourselves to execute to win games on Saturday.
Anything else for Bryan? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
We'll Cody do this second. Questions for Cody?
How's it feel getting that first win?
It felt great, finally get that bad taste out of our mouth from the UCLA game. So, the team looked a lot improved today, and there's going to be a lot of good things on film, but obviously a lot of things we got to correct and some mistakes out there. But, it's still early in the season, and we're going to go from there.
You banged up at all after getting this first half there?
Not after it, no. Knee's just a little stiff, but, obviously go and do some treatment tomorrow and just see how it feels.
Which knee? Left or right?
My right knee.
Are you surprised maybe that you went back out there, or is it just kind of stiffening up?
Yeah, just kind of stiffening up. I'm a competitor, Can't keep me off the field is kind of how it is. So I wanted to be back out there, and I knew obviously I could throw it. So, I felt like I could play. So they put me back out there.
Seems like you had a real efficient day throwing the ball today. Seems like it felt good making the right decisions.
Yeah, we knew that they were going to go man in third down situations, and we knew our wide receivers had to beat man coverage, and they did a great job tonight. Went up and made a lot of plays for me. So, I kind of just hung the ball up there for them, and, they made a lot of plays for me tonight. So just want to thank them, and obviously the offensive line. They really came around this game. There's a lot of pressure in UCLA, but, they got in the film room, and they knew that what kind of blitzes were coming, when they were coming. So they did a great job tonight too as well.
You talk about Kendall Brock stay just as every down back for you.
Yeah, we just got word that Don wasn't going to play right before the game, so Kendall was probably a shock to him too. But he was a workhorse today. There were some runs where he's like, "Hey, I'm pretty tired," so I went back to my old phase of keeping the ball a few times. But he did a great job for us. At first, he was trying to do too much, and then we settled him down and we got him in there, and he did all right.
Where do you get a sense this team is after two games compared to maybe last year or the year before?
I think this game was big for our confidence. Just to get a win, it's good to see a win on your schedule. So we got a tough game coming up, obviously, Florida State. They're going to be real tough. Playing in Tallahassee is going to be tough. So, our true character will come out obviously in that game. And so as long as we believe we can win, we got a good chance of winning.
Cody, what do you think about all the new traditions that Coach Polian's kind of brought to the Wolfpack?
I think it's awesome. You know, it's more college feel. You know, going out there, getting your student section involved, getting your fans involved. You know, the Wolfpack walk was great, giving everyone high fives and stuff. Just the interaction is pretty awesome. You know, they wanted some interaction with the players, and Coach Polian gave it to them, and so we had a great crowd out there tonight. You know, packed Mackey pretty well, and so it was pretty exciting to run out in your first home opener and see a packed house.
Talk about trying to establish the deep passing game. I know that's kind of something you guys wanted to do. That's what Polian said.
Yeah, you know, we had, like I said, the man-to-man coverage thing, so we knew we had to take some shots. They were low in the box, and so we had to obviously throw it in order to put some points on the board. And like I said, the receivers did a great job tonight going up and getting the ball. You know, Wim had a great catch. Richie had a great game. Just guys who were beating, their man coverage. And so that's very encouraging for me to see. Gives me confidence. You know, when I drop back and I see man coverage, I know that my receiver's probably going to come open.
That 40-yard pass, was that about as good as you could throw it?
I guess so. We'll see on film. I don't really remember too much. It was fun, though. You know, Richie just kind of ran under it. We knew it, like, if we got this certain coverage, which they were in, that we're going to take a shot to Richie. And, he blew past his guy and just kind of tried to hit the clouds with my ball, and, he came up with it.
Not to keep talking about it, but when you went down in the first half, you kind of had like an oh crap moment.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things like, you just kind of get a weird feel in your knee. But, obviously, like I said, I don't know what's wrong, if there's anything wrong. Could be just stiff, could just be some swelling. So we'll see tomorrow when I go in and get some treatment.